Finding a job is a job in itself. So demystify the process by setting realistic goals, staying focused, and being persistent. So hello and welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Ruby Gill, and I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all on the behalf of lovely professional university. So attendees, we all are gathered here virtually to witness an incredible session on the topic demystifying the placement journey. And for that, we have our expert today. So allow me to introduce the expert of the day, Dr. Harpal Theti, Professor and Senior Director, Division of Career Services, Lovely Professional University. A visionary, a leader par excellence, a person committed to quality when it comes to academics, an intellectual personality with an experience of more than 2 decades as an academician. He has been instrumental in elevating the visibility of brand LPU amongst the corporate world. Testimony of the same, it is an overall 10x time increase in number of corporates hiring future leaders from LPU, exponential rise in addition of pedigree and marquee brands, elevation of average, mean, median, and highest packages offered to students across 30 plus schools and 200 plus courses, sharp rise in inking of niche corporate MOUs and industry-backed courses, formulation of COEs, course integration, and curriculum updation. To his credit, he has been recognized as a senior IEEE member and recipient of 101 most fabulous training and development leaders in India. Moreover, he was an integral part of the team instrumental in developing the unified technology learning platform under the Mission 10X program at Wipro Technologies. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. And over to you, and looking forward for a great interactive session.
Thank you so much, Professor, for this kind introduction. I'll have to stand by your introduction now. So let me formally welcome each one of you for this session. We would like to keep this session on a duplex mode where we would like to hear from you also. If at all there are any queries, you can keep piling up those queries, and towards the end of this conversation today, I will try and resolve some of the queries to you. If you see the presentation deck headline, it says that demystifying the placement journey. This is the way we look at making careers for each one of our students who are reading here at Lovely Professional University. So we feel that getting great careers for you is not a sprint. It's basically something where you have to build up over a period of time. It's like a marathon. So that's how we say that it's a journey. And let me give you some glimpses of what some of your seniors have achieved by reading at various courses at the most vibrant university campus in the country and nationally. And then towards the end of the deck, I'll try and say as to what is it in for each one of you, so that we can make this great saga for you as well. So with this, let me start my presentation. So next few minutes, I will try and give you the impactful journey of curating great careers at LPU. We'll give you the glimpses of our growth partners. And as I said, towards the end of it, we'll try and see as to how we prepare all of our students, and then what is in store for each one of you as well. Now, we are housed at block number 32, every year, basis what our students have achieved by working at various companies, we curate a wall of fame. So this wall of fame will have all the logos of where the students are working. And we keep on updating this, as I said, because in a CAD year, we do close to about 2,000 companies, which includes a full-time offer, which is being offered to our students, and the internship offering by the companies as well. So these are some of the logos. You can see some really, really marquee logos. You can see a Google, you can see an IBM, you can see an SAP, you can see a Voltas, you can see an Accenture, Adobe, you name it, and we work along with that. And on top of it, this is only possible because we train our students really well, and we want them to be ambassadors for each one of us. We want them to be an extension of what we have done with their stay at LPU. So that's our logo. And the logo is blinking bright because of the students like you who have done great wonders, not for themselves, but for their parents, for the ecosystem, and also for the alma mater. I'm giving some speaking numbers now. So as I just said, so we do close to about 2000 plus recruitments every academic year. And most of these companies will be really marquee companies or marquee startups. Most of these companies will find their name in Fortune 500 companies. The highest offer, which was actuated this year, was 64 lakh rupees. Now, out of this 2000 plus companies, about 350 odd companies, which means about what 17%. They recruit from IITs, IIMs, and NITs, which are the marquee names in the country. And the same kind of roles and the same kind of packages which they offer to these students who are graduating from these institutes, they're also given to our students. By the way, we call our students to be as virtuos. So we want all of you to be change agents, and that's how we make your story. And now the highest stipend which was actuated was 1.6 lakh rupees per month. And 50% of the companies which hit to the campus will pay you more than 5 lakh rupees. So that's the kind of an ROI which we are talking here, the return on investment. Correct. So some more facts and figures now. So 100 plus offers for more than 20 lakh rupees, 600 plus offers of more than 10 lakh rupees, 10,000 plus offers which we have generated in 21 and 22, 5,000 plus offers which are out of these offers. I mean, 50% of these offers are with big MNCs and Fortune 500 companies. So that's the story. And I'm giving you some more facts and figures, some numbers here. So I'm talking about Yasir now to start with. So Yasir was a 2018 graduate from computer science at LPU, and he was picked up by a company called as Xperi TiVo, and he worked in Bangalore for about 2 years. And then after working in Bangalore for about 2 years, he was able to make a resume which talked about itself. And then he was picked up by the same platform on which we are communicating today at a package of 3 crore rupees. You can see a Mayank Bist. So Mayank Bist was picked up by at about 50 lakh rupees. Similarly, you can see Abhishka here. So Abhishka has been picked up by Motor Q at 50 lakh rupees. She has a very interesting story. So when she was graduating, she was picked up by Cisco. Cisco goes to very few colleges in the country, and she was picked up as an intern. She also get a full-time opportunity to work along with them. She was at a package of about 30 lakh rupees and then moved away and joined this company where now she's working with the US teammates. Arjun was picked up at 62 lakh rupees, and then Hari Krishnato, so he was picked up by Google at 64 lakh rupees. Similarly, some more facts and figures. So you can see Amazon here at about 46.4 lakh rupees. Similarly, not only in computer science, but also from the core engineering branches of electronics and EEE as well. So you can see students working in these great companies at these great packages. This is what we've done for this graduating batch. So the batch which is going to graduate in the summers of 23, the highest package which we have actuated, which has been achieved, is 54.75 lakh rupees. 2 of our students have cracked that for a company called Palo Alto Networks. And similarly, you can see 3 of our students from EC for this great semicon company called Silicon Labs, where they've been picked up at package of 22.98 and 70.55 respectively. These are some of other companies which come and do great number of offerings to our students. Not only their vanilla offerings, but also the packages which they give to a lot of IITs and NITs. So you can see a Cognizant, you can see Capgemini, you can see L&T, you can see Wipro, you can see DXC, and we have actually added so many other companies this year as well. We were able to add Emphasis, we were able to add KPIT here. We were able to add Mindtree here, who has given great numbers to us this year. All these stories are enlisted in our webpage. So if you want to see the story for yourself, what you can do is that you can visit our webpage, which is lpu.in, and then click on the tab for placements. That will route you to the placement page. There you can see all the stories of what we have written for our students, for all the internships, for all the full times, the kind of roles, the kind of companies, the kind of packages that hit the campus. And towards the end of that, you will see a small drop-down box. In the drop-down box, if you are from computer science, C for computer science. If you are trying to do maybe a liberal art with us, you can put a BSc or a BCom there and then see for yourself as to what kind of companies do come in for these kind of courses as well. Now, we also do international offerings. So the international offerings happen in 2 different ways at your university. So we have got student representation from about 50 countries of the world. That itself becomes a great learning itself, because no, you'll be staying with guys from a different culture in your room itself, in your classrooms, in your hostels, and then that becomes a great education in itself. So we do international placement for international students, and we do international placements for Indian students as well. And that is how the international packages will be actuated at your campus. So you can see that we have slowly graduated from APAC, JPAC, and now going up to UK and US. And these are some of the places where our students have worked for international offers. You can see a polytechnic, you can see hotel management, airline tourism, architecture, fashion management, and obviously engineering. Some of the companies which we have listed here is Shobha Reality. You can see a Colgate Palmolive, you can see Emerald, Hettich, Hayat, Kimji Ramdas, Barbarito. So all these kind of companies do also visit the campus and hire our students. Some more international placements. You can see Highgate here at a package of 32 lakh rupees. Param was from airline, tourism, and hospitality. Similarly, you can see Urbane, you can see Barbarito, you can see Mascarida. So you can see the students have been picked up at Bangladesh, Dubai, and going to US and UK as well. Now, we love to showcase the story of our students to the larger world, because no, that's how we are able to build up a better input of our students. So you can see some great stories here. You can see a Palo Network, you can see a PhonePe, you can see Amazon, you can see Nutanix here, you can see a VMware, you can see a Hacker Earth, you can see a HackerOne, you can see Play Simple Games, you can see Informatica. These are big companies. These are big companies, and you can see all the packages which have written here. All you can actually find our students in LinkedIn as well, and then you can actually ping on them and see as to how we have trained our students and how aggressively bring great opportunities for our students. As I said, this is where you have to click in so that we can tell you, we can showcase more placement stories to you. So you'll have to do our homepage, which is lpu.in, and then click on the placement tab, so that this then tells you about all the stories which we have done with our students. Similarly, we also work along very aggressively with our alums, those who have graduated. So we are 16 years old as a university, and we feel that in times to come, our alums will be actually driving a lot of things nationally, internationally. So this is our celebrated 1 crore club, where you can see Google, you can see Amazon, you can see Intel. So all these folks have been working along with us, not only graduating, but giving back to the students like you, saying that, hey, these are the offers and this is how you get yourself trained so that you can be in this 1 crore club as well. Now, that brings me to the second part of this conversation today. That brings me to what is it in for each one of you. So as I said, we call all our students as Vertos here, because we want all of you to be change agents. We want all of you to think little non-linearly and work really aggressively, because the punchline of the university is think big. So we want all of you to think big and then work bigger, so that we are able to curate great stories for each one of you. Now, let me unfold this in front of you. Unlike any other place, what we have very consciously done is that we have divided the training and placement into 2 verticals. So training is a vertical in itself. Similarly, placement is a vertical in itself. In training, we have got worthy faculties who will start working along with each one of you right from the first year of inception. So they will tell you about the soft skills part of it. They will tell you about the language part of it. They will tell you about the culture part of it, and then slowly take you towards more hard skills, more trade skills. So we've got about 200 faculties which keep keep doing this day in, day out. Similarly, we would like to understand where our students are standing among themselves, among the northern part of the country, inside the country, so that we have a story to tell to the recruiters as well. So what we do is that we benchmark our students in terms of third-party assessment, such that we curate the learning also depending upon which level the student is at right now. And then we make our journey for each of our students such that all of them can come closer to getting their dream offers. Now, having said that, we do allow our students to participate in a lot of practice platforms. We do a lot of events every day. So there is hardly a day in the university where we do not do multiple events. So we call the best of the best successful people from different state of the workplace. And then they talk along with you as to what has been their journey, how they did that, and what happened if they did something correct, and what happened if they did something wrong, so that they took the learning and then better themselves in their efforts of the last time. Similarly, we organize a lot of workshops. Most of our curriculum, which you see, is industry backed. Most of our academic problem statement, which you see, is a snippet of a problem on which the corporate world is working today. All of our students are advised to participate in a lot of industry competitive events. So we keep on giving this input to all our students. So there is a complete cell which talks about all the industry competitive events which are happening, and then how we prepare our students so that they can actually go ahead and win these competitions. And then towards the end of it, we start with the internship processes and then the placement process. So that's the entire cycle of how we prepare our students. To give you more bird's eye view of what we do, we understand as to where the gap is there in terms of what your dream is and where you're standing today, so that we can curate the learning for each one of you and understand that learning has to be curated depending upon where you're standing today. So that is what we do. So we do a lot of gap analysis and then try and see how we can map that gap so that we can take you closer to your dream. So our team in the finishing school consists of a team from verbal ability, from analytical ability, from soft skills. And then obviously we started doing this international placement. So we thought that if at all our students understand the culture of the country, they are more acceptable. If they are more acceptable, they can fast track their growth trajectory and it can go exponentially up. So that's how we've got a foreign language lab inside the campus, which can be booked at any point in time, and then you can go and study, read, write, learn, understand their culture so that you become proficient. And then we have got specialized team which will take you to the proficiency level of a working professional so that you can fast track your career. Now, these are some more interventions which we do with a lot of our students. I have already told about the need-based assessment tests. So we do a lot of assessments so that we understand where our students are standing. We have got a lot of clubs. So some of the clubs will be inside the classes. Some of the clubs will be working outside the classes as well, which means that some of the intervention are credited, some of the intervention are non-credited as well, because we also understand that learning can happen beyond classrooms as well. We organize a lot of mock drives wherein we get the industry experts, and the industry experts will talk about the roles and the packages and the expectation from the industry so that you prepare yourself really, really well. Before we call any company, we do a know your company series where we talk about the company, where we talk about the role, where we talk about the packages, where we talk about the geographies on which the company is working and what is expected from a fresher like you, so that you can make meaning to this company and the role. I talked about the clubs and activities. So we have multiple plethora of clubs and activities. We invest very heavily on sports extracurricular activity as well, because we want you to be a finished product, and this will only be possible if we holistically develop you. And that's how I told some of the interventions are credited, some of the interventions are non-credited as well. I talked about the competitive events and hackathons and pitchathons and makeathons, and the idea is to showcase what we are producing so that there'll be more consumption of what we are producing at the other end of, or the receiving end, the actual end of business. So much so that today my Hacker Earth rank is third in the country, and it stayed that way for last couple of years. Now we work along with a lot of companies so that we curate something which is called as campus ambassadors. So we want our students to be working as campus ambassadors, understand as to what the need of the company, and then talk about the company in the internal ecosystem. I talked about the workshops. We do a lot of guest lectures and webinars. We allow our students to participate in a lot of projects. So we want that your resume should stand out. So we want your resume should not be a cut, copy, paste. This will only happen if you have worked on the field. So these live project opportunities will give you this opportunity to actually strengthen your resume in a way such that it speaks of itself. Similarly, wherever possible, we do a lot of industrial visits. I talked about our association with the industry. We would love to be known as a university which work very closely with the corporate world. That's how most of our curriculum is a straight lift of what is expected in the corporate world. A lot of co-branding happens. I just talked about your resume and portfolio. So we want your resumes and portfolios to be a little unique such that it talks about itself, and we are able to get that pull effect in getting the best of the offers inside the campus. Similarly, we work on your digital footprint as well. We worked along as to how your LinkedIn should look like, what you should be doing on GitHub, how your profile on Weebly should look like, so that your digital profiles all talk about the same story and then all in sync. So there is a specialized team which basically works on this. Now, this is a straight lift from McKinsey and Company, where it talks about today People are looking for problem solvers. So that is what we want all of you to be. We want all of you to pick up the problems of the real world and try and put to your resolve. Your iota can also work wonders for the company, so as that you become a really indispensable resource for them. So for that to happen, we invite each one of you to stay curious. You should always stay in the present and understand what is the macroeconomic or what is the microeconomic condition which is going on, what role I'm trying to work in, how this role is going to graduate my journey of making a great career in next 2 years, next 5 years, what kind of opportunities will open up internationally such that I can go and then work on the international affairs countries as well. We want all of you, and that's a culture which we give to all our students, all our workers. We want all of you to be staying curious, but at the same time, we want all of you to stay humble as well. We invite all our students to look at the larger problem statement, not at a snippet of a problem statement, so that you understand the larger problem statement and then try and put a resolve, looking at the problem statement more holistically. We want all of you to work in groups wherever possible, because tomorrow in companies, you'll be working in more heterogeneous groups where people from different strata, different culture will come and work on the same problem statement. So we train you to resolve conflicts. That is what we try and very consciously do. And then wherever possible, we want all our students to do a show and a tell. A show and a tell means that whenever there is an opportunity to sit in front of an interviewer, you should be able to give a proof of concept saying that, hey, if I've done this problem statement, this is what I have done. I have understood that this is a problem and this is the solution which I feel can work. And being a student, I think nothing is wrong. So you can actually give it a try. With this, I would like to rest my case and then invite each one of you for any questions which you have, and then invite you to travel this journey of being excellent and making great careers for yourself in the most vibrant campus of the country, lovely professional universities. Thank you so much. With this, I will rest my case and I will try and see if at all there are some questions so that I can answer them. Madam, all yours now.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for insightful, informative and impactful presentation, and your expertise and knowledge in this field is evident from the quality of the discussion we had today, and your insights and perspectives provided invaluable information to our attendees. So thank you so much, sir. And yes, sir, we have few queries from the attendees. So with your permission, we'll take up those queries, sir.
Yeah, please.
So, sir, there is one query from an attendee wants to know that he is planning to take admission in LPU for MCA, and he has scored 53% in 12th and 84% in graduation. So how much it impacts his placement? So, sir, anything on this?
Yeah, so good question. So there has been a debate in the corporate world saying that should we put a bar in terms of 10th, 12th and the graduation marks? And the world of business is actually divided in this view. I can give you some examples of some of the companies, or you say that you're trying to take admission in MCAs. Look at this company called as Zoho, where they say, and it's a unicorn, Indian homegrown unicorn, where they say that they are not bothered of what percentage you are having. They are actually bothered as to what you bring to the table. So yes, there has been this debate where some companies are still staying with this percentage criteria. Now, let me tell you why they put this percentage criteria. So the idea of putting this percentage criteria is to narrow down their search, because it may so happen that for any assessment, they will have to use a third party, and then for using this third party, they'll have to pay certain amount to this third party so that they can test your acumen online wise. Now, this requires a lot of logistic. So instead of wasting time, they put a filter saying that put a filter of 60, 70 or 80, whatever it is, and then start with people who actually make meaning to these kind of roles. But then on the flip side of it, you can see Google is talking about it today. There are certain companies which say that yeah, the percentage doesn't matter to us. So yes, to answer your question, net, there are certain companies which will say that will not allow you if you are less than 60%. But on the other side of it, there are certain companies which will say that, hey, we are gleefully happy to take you and see you whether you make meaning to this role or not. Madam.
Thank you so much, sir. And we'll quickly move on to the next query, that is from Farhan Ahmed. He wants to know that how to improve analytical and soft skills from beginning. Anything on this, sir?
Very simple, no rocket science here. Communicate, right? talk, read, and embed your story wherever possible. No, because if you keep on writing, it'll keep on improving. I'll give you my example. Today, my Grammarly told that you have written 20,000 words in the last 4-5 days. 20,000 words in last 4-5 days, and it says that your vocabulary is better than 90% of the people who are trying to work on Grammarly. So it's all about practice. And if you are trying to increase your say soft skills and the analytical part of it, you are knocking the right doors, because no, inside the campus at LPU, there are multiple plethora of opportunities where we will try and see that we bring the best out of you. So the first starting point is to be true to yourself. Understand that where you are right now, and 2 years time for a 2-year course, or a 3-year time for a 3-year course, or a 4-year time for a 4-year course is quite a time. So you'll have to just work along with our learned faculties, and they will actually take you to this journey of reinventing yourself, because no, once you reinvent yourself, world will ask for you. On the analytical part of it, I think there are multiple questions which you can practice. As a practice, you can start today and say that, hey, on the analytical side of it, I'm going to solve about, let's say, 10 questions every day. That becomes a part of your DNA and then stays with you for long. Yeah, madam, that's my answer.
Yes, I completely agree with you. As I have said earlier, that you have to set your goals. So attendees, you have to set your goals, be persistent, and as you have heard the sir, that top-notch faculties is there to guide you, to assist you at every step. So you need not to worry when you are at lovely professional university. So, so we'll take up last but not the least query. So the an attendee wants to know that what all advancements we have at LPU which make our university at par as compared to other university when we talk about placements.
Oh, our success story should give you a lot of proof of concept. If you go back to the introduction which madam gave for me, so we want all of you to make great careers for yourself. We don't stop at getting jobs for you, because no, getting a job is no brainer, but then the brain or the effort should lie in making a great career, such that no, you can impact lives and then make name for yourself, fame for yourself, and money for yourself. So what net I can tell is that we start working when you're very fresh, because no, right from the first day itself, we'll try and see, we'll make you soft skill wise more conversant as to what the world of business is looking for you, and then slowly we'll try and graduate you towards more trade skills and the hard skills which are required, so that no, you become more sellable. And then we will not stop our endeavor of making you more sellable just inside the class. Rather, we will extrapolate that into multiple activities, and understand that all these activities which you will see once you're in the campus are adding up to your resume. So understand that a resume will be the first document which will be given to a recruiter when you open a conversation. And as an advice which you can take today on this Tuesday afternoon is, your resume should be very crisp. It should be very short, but then it should have all the points which are a little unique from even your roommate. It has to be that unique. And you should always open a conversation with something which is not written on that resume. And you should have one story saved for yourself, but then the story which you're opening with your conversation should be encircled around your resume only. So that's how. So we will give you a lot of insights, so don't worry about it. As I said, we have increased our average packages. We have increased the number of companies visiting us. We have increased the mean. We have increased the median. And these are all deliberate efforts, so that we can make a great career for each one of you. So don't worry about it. We have done this with all your seniors, and then we are equally happy to start this journey all over yet again with each one of you. Ma'am.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of the attendees and giving us your valuable time. So, thank you, sir. All right. Perfect. So attendees, you can visit our website to validate. So whatever the discussion, all of the discussion which sir has just discussed today, you can validate it from visiting by visiting a website, that is www.lpu.in as well. So I would request you to, if you have any kind of query regarding the admissions, how to enroll to a specific programs, or you want to reach out to any of a representative via WhatsApp or via video counseling by call or through email, you just need to click on our website, that is www.lpu.in, and all the solutions are there on the page. So you can click on the admissions, go to the program, select the programs, and check out the eligibility, the in whatsoever program you want to enroll. So you need not to worry about anything when you are taking the admissions. And I must tell you that admissions for the session 2023 and 24 are going on. So take the admission, book your seat at the earliest. So thank you so much, everyone. So with this, we'll wrap our today's webinar. My heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for attending this webinar on demystifying the placement journey. Your presence, participation, and support was instrumental in making the webinar a grand success. And sir, thank you so much. You have brought invaluable insights and expertise to the table, and your presentation and discussion were both informative and engaging. And we understand that your time is valuable, and we appreciate the effort you took to join us. And we appreciate the effort which helped to create an environment of collaboration and learning which is useful to the attendees. Thank you so much, sir. And attendees, we look forward to hosting more such kind of informative webinars, and for that, keep a check on our website, that is www.lpu.in. So until next time, I, Ruby, will finally sign off the session. Thank you.
Thank you.